Iran has put forward a comprehensive 10-point proposal aimed at ending its conflict with the United States and Israel, even as tensions remain high ahead of a looming US deadline for possible military escalation. The proposal, conveyed through Pakistani intermediaries, outlines Tehran's conditions for a permanent end to hostilities, including guarantees against future attacks, lifting of sanctions, and recognition of its strategic and nuclear positions. Earlier, the US had also proposed a plan through Pakistan. The 15-point proposal called for a 30-day ceasefire, limits on Iran's missile program, dismantling of nuclear facilities, and reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. In return, Washington offered to lift sanctions and support Iran's civilian nuclear energy. But Tehran rejected the proposal, calling it maximalist and unreasonable, and warning that a ceasefire could allow the US and Israel time to regroup and launch further attacks. Now announcing a possible 2-week double-sided ceasefire, subject to reopening the Strait of Hormuz, US President Donald Trump has described Iran's latest proposal as a workable basis for long-term peace. However, he also said it falls short of US expectations, calling it a significant step. So what exactly is in Iran's 10-point proposal? According to Iranian officials and media reports, here are the points of the proposal. End war against Iran permanently and conflicts across regional fronts, including Lebanon. Guarantee Iran's dominance in Strait of Hormuz through a safe transit protocol and limited daily passage of ships for 2 weeks. Lift all primary and secondary sanctions against Iran. Terminate all resolutions against Iran by United Nations Security Council and International Atomic Energy Agency. Withdraw US forces from the region and ban on any attack on Iran from regional bases. Pay full compensation of Iran's damages caused by strikes by creating an investment and financial fund. Permit Iran to negotiate bilateral and multilateral peace treaties with regional countries. Release all Iranian assets and properties frozen abroad. Ratify all these matters in a binding UNSC resolution. In the version of the proposal released in Farsi, Iran also included acceptance of Iran's uranium enrichment program, but the point was missing in English versions shared by Iranian diplomats. In return, Iran has offered several concessions. These include lifting its effective blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, ensuring safe global shipping for at least 2 weeks, coordinating maritime movement with its armed forces, and introducing a transit fee per vessel, reportedly up to $2 million to fund reconstruction. Despite signs of openness to negotiation, major gaps remain, especially on sanctions, military guarantees, and nuclear policy. The US has called the proposal a significant step, though not good enough. Washington's position includes a 2-week suspension of bombing. A double-sided ceasefire framework claims that military objectives have already been met, and a 2-week window to finalize a broader peace deal. A key condition remains the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Trump has not commented directly on Iran's demands, but said the US would be helping with the traffic buildup in the Strait of Hormuz. Experts and analysts feel that Iran's demands are unlikely to be agreed to by the US, but will rather form the basis for talks. Meanwhile, reactions from regional players have been mixed. Israel has indicated that any truce may not extend to all fronts. Netanyahu said that the 2-week truce does not include Lebanon. France has urged that the ceasefire be extended to Lebanon, where the situation is critical. Pakistan, which is mediating, pins its hopes on the Islamabad talks scheduled for April 10 to reach a conclusive agreement to settle all disputes. China, a key trade partner of Iran, is also believed to have encouraged de-escalation. With a critical deadline approaching, the coming days could determine whether the 10-point proposal would open the door to peace with uncertainty still hanging over the region. What happens next will depend on how far both sides are willing to move. For now, the world watches closely.